So I have good news, which is I remembered that pale moss existed, and I have been, well, not actually at all. I want to work it into the coastline, and I think that'll help a little bit with some of the texture issues that I was facing. I will show you now. I have put a few different blocks in here. I wanted to try Mossy Cobble, but due to my usage of the Programmer Art Texture Pack, it just looks bad. But yeah, I already put in a little bit of pale moss, which, you know, it blends reasonably well. So that's the plan for the coast. Now, for everything else, why am I moving so slowly? I have Depth Strider. Whatever, I need to, like, trap dolphins in the ocean or something, so that I can move more easily through the water. So, another update. I've worked a little more on that thing. Doesn't really matter, let's ignore that. Another thing that I've done is, I went over to Piston's house. He hired me to just clear out a bunch of stone and dirt for him. So then he paid me 16 diamonds, which is, like, a lot for what I did. But I appreciate it. And then, as per usual, Piston Coin died badly. So now I'm not dirt poor anymore. And with that money, I will probably just spend it on more materials, if I'm being honest. Because it's convenient to not have to go gather them myself. So yes, I will just build up this stuff. What I am realizing about this item here is it needs more detailing to it. Like a lot of these, when I pictured it in my head, it was all smooth and sleek and modern, but it doesn't translate well without additional things occurring. Like the entrance itself, there's the archway, there is the way that the blocks stack on top of each other to make a thicker wall than was there originally. Like, I think the details are really what's going to make or break this build, and hopefully make it. So this thing here is not varied enough in its presentation. So I'm picturing sort of claw things coming out of the ground, up like that, on this side as well. Then I sort of outlined it on that side. There will be something from the wall that will wrap around it, which will also add a little bit of visual interest. And then on the inside, some sort of interior balcony that you'll be able to walk up on, and detail in the middle, so that we're not just left with flat plains like these ones. And even here, I want to insert like little lampposts maybe, and just other small things that keep it from being, how did I not manage to break that? That keep it from being just one monotonous plane of nothing. So that is my vision going forward. Alright, it has been a few days, and by days I mean weeks, but I have a few ideas thrown together here to play with at the base of the window structure. I got rid of the leaves because they didn't work at all, but I'm thinking we could do like a balcony thing, not really balcony, whatever that would be called, with some planks, and then beneath it, the cherry wood would come one block further out. And then I don't know if this would go here or maybe a block higher, but just something like this so that it would, you know, to add some kind of visual variation, which I'm going to loop this farther around. But then I'm not sure if on this side I put in more cherry wood, and then on that side I put it farther out so that it was like an actual structure. I don't know what I like more at this point. I think, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this, I'm going to loop it all the way around, and I think we're going to go with that if it works, which hopefully it works. But yeah, I'll just do that and see how it goes. Contrary to what I thought, I don't like that, so I might just get rid of this entirely and reset it back to what it looked like before, with our cherry wood and stripped pale oak logs. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Yeah, honestly, I prefer that. So that's settled. Over here, I was trying to do like an alcove in the base of it, because otherwise it was just a flat wall with no variation to it. But I don't like this. So this will also be destroyed. And that is not where that was supposed to go. I'm going to bring out the cherry wood beneath it, like so. And It looks like it wants a fence, maybe. Maybe not. I'll get rid of the other side here too. Feeling like we might need to move our chests to get a proper sense of what this looks like. Because it's kind of blocked from far away. Or I could just do it on the other side where there's nothing blocking it. I don't like how this transitions, so maybe just cherry wood here. Like that. I think I actually do prefer that, yeah. So then this is just revealed underneath. It's different. I'll keep it like that for now. And place glass, I suppose. But I want to work on the cliffside, so I might do that instead. Actually, scratch that. I just changed this a little bit, and I like that. We're going to put these little overhangs on the most sidemost pieces. Is that a word, sidemost? I know uppermost is. Anyway, yeah, so it also kind of follows the curve of these steps going up. So I like that. I think that is good. My bed area is looking a little crowded. So I'm going to move this somewhere else. I don't know where. Like here, I guess. Looks fine to me, right? Just sleep in the middle of nowhere on some dirt. Anyway, here is a time lapse. Alright, what you just saw there in that time-lapse thing was the start of creating the support beam, if you want to call it that. I'm using frog lights for it, just to have some kind of light source, I don't know. Break up just using the pale oak. I'm gonna bring it all the way around. That's what I started mapping out with the netherrack over there, but I just never built the whole thing, and I just freestyled it over on this side. I think that it'll help stop it from just being only glass for the entire thing, because that's a lot of glass. And then I'll get stuff built in behind it too, to also break it up and keep it more visually interesting. Get that built up, and then probably work on the cliffside some more. I think it'll be cool. Looking at something like this, looks fine. I don't know, I'm working with what I've got here. My attempt to make a curve in Minecraft, which is never something that I've claimed to be good at. Go to sleep once more. Cliffside or finishing that? I think I'm gonna go cliffside and then finishing that. Decisions, decisions. Okay, I have done a bit of replacement to the tuff with moss. And I don't know, I mean, it at least breaks up the amount of texture, so I think it's okay. Or at least successful at what I set out to do, which is the tuff is a really loud texture, a really noisy texture. The pale moss helps it be a little bit less like that. I didn't even do that side. Whew. I ran out of moss in my inventory, and I just need to get more. But yeah, I put in andesite over there, and don't like it, so I'll get rid of that as well. Okay, now I've actually put in the correct amount of pale moss on all sections of the cliffside. It's not really a huge difference, but I do think it contributes to the overall appearance. Well, I gotta fix that section. The variation is probably more reflective of real life than just having all one type of block. I gotta change some of this bad boy to tough. Because I'm trying to have at least a little bit of, not uniformity, but consistency with the pale moss being between the moss and the tuff. I think we've achieved that. My next step with the cliffside is just finish terraforming this stuff that I didn't get to, and then, I think I mentioned it before, but I want to expand that cliff line and make it come up to make it a bigger cliff, which will be, of course, a pretty big project. But I might do that next, after finishing up with these things. I went ahead and downloaded a minimal armor mod, and now I look naked. This is Hoffin's minimal armor. Interesting. Anyway, I changed that bit of the outline. Now I need to figure out how to make a ball at the top, because I made one over on the other side, but not in this one. So I'm going to put in, I think this side will be the sun side. So I will put fake sun up in the middle with these frog lights, I suppose. Pardon the rain, but I've put the ball inside, and I think it looks alright. Then on that side, we're gonna have the moon, which there isn't really a good color of frog light for that, so I might have to find sea lanterns or something. I know I haven't exactly done a lot, but I have been very, very busy in the real world. Alright, well, ignore the blocks floating everywhere, but I went ahead and finished up this little section of the cliff here so that it will just look complete when you're flying in from that direction. And the other thing I got done was I put the glass in there and the frog light beam as well. I have also up here copied the base of it, which we figured out together, and the pie looking floor inside. Haven't done the ball hanging in the ceiling yet, but that's because I don't know if anybody sells sea lanterns at the moment, so I'll have to find out. I know I haven't really done a lot. I have been doing a whole lot of things and unable to spare a lot of time for Minecraft, but I am working on a very big project that is unrelated to this server, which hopefully you will think is cool, because I think it's cool. It's just going to be a whole lot of work to finish up and put together. I hope that you enjoyed regardless, and that if you did, you'll leave a like and subscribe and share with a friend who you think would enjoy it. And thank you for being here. Goodbye.